look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
We've been talking, defending your precious aim assist. Also, not to mention, there's so many advantages. You have building sense, you have editing sense. How is it that we don't even have editing or building sense?
Dude, controller, man, like... Wow, like, it's just not fair. Not fair.
The boys loves L2. Boys loves L2. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so it's not that hard to tell what this video is actually about, but if you somehow have the IQ of a henchman, then let me explain. The video is about aim assist, but more importantly, the arguments that keyboard and mouse players make and why they're laughable. Don't get me wrong, aspects of aim assist, specifically on PC, are broken. I haven't experienced them firsthand, but from footage, it's quite clear. Regardless, this doesn't specifically mean that aim assist is overpowered in general, but again, this is beside the point. Firstly, I want to show you an engagement between Scoped and Booger from the scrim yesterday.
Bro, what? 100 scope. Dude, controller, man, like, please just get nerfed, please. I will do anything. Like, it's not fair. That's not fair. No keyboard and mouse player hits that.
So, Booger is launching to zone with a launch pad, of course, and take note that he's at 51 HP combined. Scope has already rotated in his box, and he decides to edit to a window to peek and fire at Booger while he's gliding. To his surprise, he kills the very low health Booger. Scoped, being Tfu's duo partner and a controller player, immediately is called dogshit by the community just because he is quote-unquote abusing aim assist. Booger states that the kill was not fair and that no keyboard and mouse player would hit that. Later on, he goes to the length to say that Scoped is cheating by using aim assist. So, let's take an in-depth look at the clip from Scope's perspective. Wow, that is a clip and a half, that. Booger is literally gliding towards Scoped in a straight line. As a pro player, you have to be aware that launch padding towards an enemy-built tarp with 50 HP is a huge risk. Rather than VOD reviewing or seeing what he could have done better, he's quick to blame L2. As a pro signed to a pro team, this is pretty unacceptable. Let's compare Booger's dogshit mindset to Mr. Savage, who recently won DreamHack. Savage takes things one game at a time and always trying to get better, whereas Booger blames L2 every time he dies. Who do you think, realistically, will perform better at the next big event? For any aspiring player, it's a huge lesson to learn. But anyways, let's draw our attention back to the clip. The main argument being thrown around is that the controller aims for him. This is false by a country mile. For a controller player that grips the controller normally, what Scope did would be physically impossible. This is because Scope would require his thumb to use both the right stick and confirm button at once. However, it is a well-known fact that he plays edit on release. His left stick is the button he presses to edit. This means it is perfectly logical and possible that Scoped can edit and aim instantly following the edit, because all of his fingers use different buttons. Looking at the crosshair movement, it is moving at a steady pace, therefore making the statement that it locked on incorrect. Otherwise, it would be choppy. As for the bloom, Booger had his head at the center of the crosshair. In fact, he's lucky he didn't get headshot on the first bullet. But anyways, on to the next thing I want to talk about, which is the linear auto aim. I'm sure you've seen the clip everywhere, but if not, here it is.
No, as long as there you go, like I don't need to be touching my controller. And I'll be getting full aim assist.
Now, this needs very little debunking because it's a fucking brain-dead argument. The guy in the video completely ignores the fact that the drift is a negative thing and is inevitable for older controllers. I have drift on my controller in Fortnite. It happens every now and then, but it is so rare in a gunfight because the sensitivity is way lower. Drift hinders the ability to build and edit. I've been playing linear for 4.5 months now, and only once has the auto aim thing happened. And even then, it's not that overpowered. In fact, it actually clashes with you trying to aim, making it harder to aim. But anyways, the main takeaway from this video, and pretty much the reason I made it, is to have a good mindset. Fortnite, like other games, is not perfect. Just because you whinge doesn't mean you'll get your life back, and all you can do is look ahead and get better. Aim assist isn't stupidly broken. On PC, it is overpowered, but until the leaderboards are littered with a 5-to-1 controller to PC ratio, then suck it the fuck up. We can all play together, and that's the beauty of Fortnite. Thank you everyone for watching, have a good day. If you haven't already, make sure to hit up my last video, it took a lot of time to make. And it's pretty funny, I think it's a laugh, so run that up. It's my most liked video by far, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But yeah, without anything else being said, I'm gonna let this game play out, because Noel and I clutched it, and yeah, thank you for watching.